Hi, I'm going to do today's tutorial on the ground. The tutorial is not like on the ground, not like I'm sitting on the ground while doing it. What today's tutorial actually is going to be on is a request from my friend, which was for a generic going to work look. For a realistic going to work look, I like to cry on the train and then put on eyeshadow afterwards. It's important to not get those two steps mixed up. So what you need is a little compact eyeshadow, like one of these things. I'm going to use this one because it's the one I used to use for work a lot, as you can tell by the fact that it's basically empty. Well, on a few shades at least. And so, what you want to do, cry, and then get like the back of your phone or your iPod or whatever. Do people still use iPods? Am I like the only person who still uses an iPod? You've got your little quad. This might not even be a quad. Might be one of those triad? I don't feel like that's the right word, but we're going with it. And so, you've got it, and you've got your thing. Now this is a tutorial for people with an eye shape like me. If you don't have an eye shape like me, this probably won't work, but my friend who requested it does have an eye shape like me, so I'm doing it for her. First thing first, I like to get the light but not lightest color and just put that kind of like everywhere. On this palette it is a pink, but it's kind of like a dusky pink, and my eyelids are naturally greenish brown, so it balances quite well with my skin tone. This may not work on you, and if it doesn't, I don't care. You don't have to tell me about it. So repeat that on the other side, obviously. Next thing I want to do is put my highlights. You're probably thinking, why are we doing highlights before we're doing dark colors? It's because we're using the little sponge applicator, because we're on the train and we don't carry around 1,000 fucking brushes. 1,000! Wow, smart am I. So you apply that around your brow bone area and under your eye fat, not under your eye fat, on your eye fat and in your inner corner. And last thing you do is get your dark color. In this palette it's a dark brown. It's actually not as dark as I remember. Oh well. And you color this, you put this up here. So you put that up until where your eyelid folds over. And then you can just like gently blend it in. You don't have to do a whole lot with this one because it's quite sheer, quite a light formula. It's Japanese, so most Japanese products are going to be like that because that's the preferred look. And you're done. That's it. That's all I do. I don't care enough to do anything more for work. But if you're like, I've got so much extra time, I want to do something else, you can take a pen, like this is like a felt tip. Jesus. This is a felt tip liner, and it doesn't stick together on the bottom, which is really annoying. And you can do eyeliner. I would not do a winged eyeliner because it doesn't look good on my eye shape. I would just kind of follow the curve of my eyelid.
Normie, like a tiny little wing, but no huge one because I'm not trying to mess it up. I have to do it like 5 times bigger. And then, if you get asymmetrical, you have to do it again, you start crying, you mess up your makeup, and when you mess up your makeup,
But yeah, you can do that if you want to. For me, it doesn't make a huge amount of a difference. And yeah, you can draw your eyebrows on. If you've got eyebrows that aren't black, maybe don't use your black eyeliner. But okay, whatever. So now you have eyebrows and you're not really happy about it, but if you don't have eyebrows, people will look at you weird. So you deal with it. The last step is to do your lips in like a really boring colour. I'm using this horrible stanky Rimmel Apocalypse lip. Is this a lipstick or a lip gloss? Lip lacquer. It's not like a lip gloss, I guess. It's not like off or anything, it just smells funky. This isn't actually a bad colour, I just don't like the smell. Yeah, and that's it. And that's what I wear to work. If I care enough to put on makeup. A lot of the time I do not care enough to put on makeup, so. That's it. That's it. Now you can go off and be a corporate slave.